Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Same Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. And today, real quick, I just want to recap another loss by your New Orleans Saints by a score of 30 to 26. They lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams were 23 at the time. Both needed a win to, you know, right the ship on their season. It's still early in the season and all that, but a loss here puts you in the hole that you have to dig out once again. And that's what happened to the Saints today. They fall to 2-4 in the season. Um, the good side, the positive note, the NFC South is wide open. Tampa lost today. They're 3-3. Atlanta's 3-3. They won today against San Francisco. Nobody saw that one coming, including me. And the Saints are 2-4 and in third place right now, a game out of first for the the NFC South. So there's that. But I want to go right into this game between the Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals, man. Well, balls on this game, man. That Saints were pretty much in control for like 3 quarters of it, 3 quarters of this game, man. I'm gonna just look at the numbers right here. Dalvin, you know, was average today, in my opinion. Had a 17 and 32, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, sack one time. That was costly to in the final moments of the game. Rushing attack had one of his best performances of the season. Over 228 total yards rushing, 99 from Alvin Kamara on 19 carries, 9 carries from Mark Ingram for 46 yards. Yeah, that was an outstanding performance by him. Rashad Shaheed, the um, the young wide receiver that the Saints added to the team this week, he had a big day. Well, he had a big day until you stopped seeing him in the game. He had that one carry for 44 yards and a touchdown. And so the Saints, after these 2 touchdown scores, the Saints offense just got real conservative, got a little tight, and despite that, they had chances to put touchdowns on the board. Instead, they went for 3 points. And when you do that in a game, and you're dealing with an offense like the Bengals, you ask for trouble because the offense, the game plan was good. I thought the game plan was solid. What I saw from the Saints today, I thought they was going to be able to pull it off, but the defense did not do what they had to do to be successful against the Cincinnati offense, and that's without having Marshawn Lattimore. And you know, you let Jamar Chase go off 7 receptions, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Um, Joe Mixon, he had they pretty much shut down the running game in regards to stopping Joe Mixon, but Joe Burrow, it was just on point. 28 at 37, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, QBR 78.5. They sacked him 3 times too. So some quarterbacks just got it in them, that dog in them. And this guy Burrow is doing this despite having a bad offensive line that people say that they fixed in the offseason, but he's getting it done like they but hitting to go into their groove. Baltimore lost today, so that pretty much gives them a leg up in the division right now. But back to the game, the Saints versus Bengals. What doing the Saints in this game overall was the defense and the offense's inability to put up touchdowns on the board instead of field goals. When you do things like that, like I previously said, you're gonna lose. You actually to get beat. There's no excuses for this game. The outcome of it, the way this game turned out for the Saints. You had over 228 yards rushing on the ground, and you lose. Taysom Hill, why was Taysom Hill not featured in those final moments of the game? Where was Rashawn Shaheed? To me, Pete Carmichael, Dennis Allen, put their hands. I guess they'll put the ball in the hands of Andy Dalton, and I guess they wanted him to go win the game, and it didn't happen. He failed. He failed, in my opinion. Now I know, the excuse, people out there, the apologists out there, and all that got the excuses about, well, he didn't have Michael Thomas, he didn't have Chris Olave, he didn't have Jarvis Landry. Adam Trauma went out today with some type of freak injury where he was in motion, going across to the right, going to the right, and he just fell down to the ground. It took him out of the game. I don't know the injury. I gotta go check the injury report on that. But there was a void of talent today. But still, even with those issues, you still was impressive in my opinion. You had over 200 yards rushing and still lost. The defense did not bail the Saints offense out. They were limited on offense, and you didn't bail them out, man. You had a roughing the passer call by Demario Davis to Joe Burrow. I felt like Demario had to control it right there. The refs are gonna always call that when you hit the quarterback, so you touch the even graze the QB's helmet. They're gonna call it. Um, Andy Dalton. The Saints were, to me, the Saints purchased real estate in the Bengals territory in the red zone. Purchasing real estate. You know what I'm saying? And they could have had touchdowns. All them trips, yeah, tons of trips to the inside, deep in Bengals territory in the red zone, and you come up with field goals. So you just can't. I really can't give them that excuse of not having a Michael Thomas, not having a Jarvis Landry, because I saw points where the play where Don threw the ball to Alvin Kamara's foot, underthrow to I think it was Callaway in the end zone. He's throwing that ball to for the other touchdown score. And then the other play, I know that was a pass interference. I'm not even gonna run with that narrative. That was a pass interference that deflected by Eli Apple, former Saint. But costly game, man. Saints could have won this game despite the circumstances with the injuries. You know, um, but they did. Now you're 2-4, back in the hole again, and your next game you got a short layoff because you got to play Arizona on Thursday night football, and they lost today to Seattle in the division game or the division game where they played Seattle Seahawks. Not Carson. Kyler Murray did not look good, but we know that the Saints struggle with mobile QBs, and he had 100 yards of rushing today on that Seattle's defense. So that shows you how bad the Seahawks defense is. He put 100 yards rushing on them, and then we know the Saints have struggled with dealing with mobile QBs. They haven't figured that out yet. Maybe this be the night that they do it. Hollywood Brown, their wide receiver, he went out with an injury today for the Cardinals. But the Saints got to get themselves out of a hole. Now I was going to do a prediction story on this, a preview story on the Strike 7 Sports website, but got caught up, had some other things going on. I didn't get to it. I was going to do a video on it, still couldn't get to it. But I'll be able to recap it. Now, it's not the end of the world quite yet for the Saints, but it can be if they allow it to. Allow it to. One positive I took from this is that, well, it's a few positives, is that I didn't see any mistakes. Well, I'll take that back. One mistake. The shank punt by, I won't call it, the shank punt by Brett Gilligan. Come on, man. That pretty much flipped the game for the Bengals right there, because they got the ball, went down the field, missed tackle by Bradley Roby, touchdown Bengals, Jamar Chase. that pretty much he put the defense in a bad spot right there with that shank punt. And you already know the defense was struggling already. And this happened. This is what happens. And the defense, they got 3 sacks on Burrow, man. He still overcame that and won. Um, to me, this what I saw. Everybody thought it was gonna be like this aerial show with Joe Burrow connecting with Jamar Chase, like these long bombs. But that wasn't it. They pretty much nickel and dime the Saints defense. 5 players here, 5 yards here, 10 yards there, 12 yards here. It wasn't no 60-yard bombs, 450-yard pass to play, 50-yard plays. It was just a lot of nickel and diamond, man. And that's been what a lot of offenses do to the Saints. They get them on crossing routes, short plays to come for the running back. That's what they did, you know. But like I said, it's not all is not lost. They still got a chance to get themselves out this hole. I think you got Arizona next, and I think you play the Raiders. I know you play the Cardinals next, but you play the Raiders after that, I believe, at home. Win these 2 games, get to 500, then you host Lamar Jackson. And he didn't look all too great today. So you have a chance to go, let's see, 5-4, 3-0 these next 3 games, if you can, and get back to 500, get back over 500, and put yourself in a position to win this division. Because the way it's looking, the division is might be the only way. Winning the NFC South might be the only way that you can get into the playoffs. Because the wild card race, I'm not saying, I have to go back and look at it, but it's going to be a battle, man. Because you got the NFC right now. The NFC East got all their teams is outside of the Washington Commanders is over 500. Dallas just lost today. They're 4-2. Philly is 6-0, so they're probably going to win that division. Giants are 5-1. So I think the Giants could be the wild card team. Dallas and the Giants might be the 2 wild card teams. And that third spot might be going to, who knows? It might be the Saints, might be San Francisco. It's gonna be a battle, man. And if you win this division, you put yourself to win this division, it could change some things. Tampa is not looking all too good right now. They lost today. It's not over yet. But the Saints gotta get on the roll, man. You gotta get on the roll and start winning games. October is that month where this team usually goes on these runs where they win 7 to 9 games straight. Can Dennis Allen do this? Can he do this as a head coach? I'm kind of getting tired of the way his posture is looking at these post game pressers, man. That just it bothers me, man. It kind of makes me wonder the long term success of this team with him as a head coach. It makes me wonder, man. So you gotta get it together, man. You gotta button yourself up. And this, based on what I'm seeing, offense does look better. But if Winston is healthy, he needs to come back and play because this offense has a higher ceiling with Jameis at quarterback. So we'll see how that play out. All right, man. That's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How you feel about the Saints losing this game? How you feel about the Saints' playoff chances as the season moves on? Also in the description box below, check out strike7sports.com/Saints for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization and much more. Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out. Who that?